Welcome back to guys, and we are going to start today a very interesting topic, and we will cover some core component of the MSTR administrator, which we are going into the next coming slide. First, let's talk about little bit the ETL and how the data process into the MicroStrategy into the application. So the data abstraction object, it can be reused across any number of applications, report, documents, and dossier. Okay, because we have the data into our database in somewhere in like in the SQL server, in managed data relational database, or the non-relational database, simple text file or the Excel file, or some there are a lot of data source, so you can have your data on any kind of data source. And then there is a let's look into this data flow, how the data flow into our application. So you can see this is our data source, and we have ETL in between our data warehouse. And what it will do, it will just fetch the data from our data source, and it will load the data. First, it will extract the data, and it will clean the data, delete unwanted data from our source, and it will load it into our data warehouse database, whatever data warehouse we are being used in our application. And then our here is our application, MSTR application. You can see the reports, dossier, and documents, and whatever your task you can perform in your MSTR application. So the MSTR, it's going to fetch your data from your data warehouse. And you can see one of the metadata also. So metadata, it also have metadata is a data of your data, so it have a it also be in the picture, and it's a very important, as we discussed earlier. What is the the data? So metadata is basically a repository that stores the MSTR object definition and information about your data warehouse. And your metadata, it also stores the definition of all objects created within your MSTR developers and web, such as the template, reports, metrics, facts, attributes, filters. You created all of them, and all of them also store in the metadata database, whatever the database you are using for your metadata. Okay, so let's move to the next slide, and the next slide is the core components of MSTR. I can say this is the heart of your MSTR application. So why it's so important? Because the MSTR intelligence server is the core component of the platform, and this is the server which going to manage and communicate between your metadata, your data source, and your users and your applications, and the your, and also it's going to manage your developer tools, your web pages, your office users, and the metadata, and many more things. It's going to be it's going to be used. Okay, so this is the picture where it's self-explanatory picture. You can see this is our intelligence server. It's going to be connected with our metadata and data source, which is our data warehouse. Okay, which is our data warehouse. So you are connecting with metadata and data source. How it's going to be, how it's connecting with metadata and data source, we will look into our next slides. But we have DSN, data source connection in between. So that with the help of the DSN, we point out those DSN to your metadata and one DSN to your data source, and those DSN should be configured on your intelligence server. So whether a report developer is testing a report or subscriber receiving a report by email, all of these users rely on your intelligence server only. If intelligence server is down, all whole MSTR application going to be stopped. They nobody can connect with your metadata or data source. Nobody can execute your reports, and whole thing will stop working immediately. Okay, so the intelligence server, as soon as user sends the request to execute reports or any kind of task, user sends the request, is directly sent to the intelligence server. And then is intelligence server, it pass the request to the data source and retrieve the report results. Okay, as part of this process, everything from authenticating user permissions to prioritizing jobs to caching reports, and results is performed by the intelligence server only. User sends their request into their own language, and then intelligence server also interpret those language into the data source, and it sends the request into the metadata, and then it get back the data into the intelligence server, and then it's provide the data report results into the user's language. So it's also the working of intelligence server. Let's suppose you have your metadata is into the different language, but your users they are using different than English language or any other language, as different than your metadata and data source. So they have a different language on their own on system. So you just go to your intelligence server, configure your user, and change those language according to your user, and then intelligence server will take care of rest. Okay, intelligence server, it also houses the MSTR engine, which consists of three primary components and each with its own unique functionality. Okay, let's go back. We will move it to later. So, as the SQL engine, first it's the SQL engine components. It generates the SQL for report request, and then the query engine. We submit the SQL to the data warehouse, and it retrieves the results. Okay, and then the analytics engine, that is my intelligence server. It's perform any analytical process that cannot be handled by the data warehouse itself. All right. So let's move to the next slide. These are the SQL engine, query engine, and the analytics engine. These three are the very important uh, unique functionality and the primary components of a MicroStrategy application. And you can see what are the object of MSTR. They they have the schema objects and the application objects. The schema objects, you can see the attributes, facts, hierarchies, transformation, partitions. So we will look into it each of them in our course, but pretty much the schema objects they are created by either your architecture or by your analyst. But like the hierarchy always most of the times it's handled by and created by your architect. Facts also created by your architect. Okay, so these kind of activities like the schema object management and creation, it's depend on your project, what kind of project, what's the requirements, and based on them your architect, MSTR architect, they create those schema objects. And here we have the application object. Based on the those application, we are basically referring the we refer the project to the application in MSTR. So application objects are templates. We create the template, we will look into it also. And filter, to filter any reports at even at the SQL level or SQL execution level, or at the report level filter we can create. We have two type of filter there. And we have matrix, and matrix is you can just consider, I mean, the matrix is like a value, like you have some particular value, like a class have uh, 60 students, so the 60 is the matrix value for student attributes. Here is the attribute, you create the attributes students, and students have a value of 60 strength in your class. So you can create the custom groups, consolidations, you can also create the prompts. There are multiple types of the prompts there. You can also have the search options there, so you can search the objects very quickly and easily. Okay, and then you have reports and documents. So pretty sure these are, the schema objects are used to create the application objects, and application objects pretty much used by to create other application objects like reports and documents. All right, so MicroStrategy connect to the data source. So MicroStrategy connect to the data source. They have there are a 100 plus data source you can connect to your MSTR applications. As you can see this picture, there are a lot of data source available, and you can connect. You just think, and I'm pretty sure it would be in this picture. Even it's not the complete picture with all the data source, but pretty it's you can understand how many data source we have, and we can connect with our MSTR. So we can connect the MapReduce or the NoSQL database, and like we can connect the columnar database like the Redshift, uh, Excel, and a lot of database available. Like, and we can also create and connect with our data warehouse like the Teradata, NetSuite, Oracle, Exadata, SAP HANA, relational database like Oracle, MySQL, and yeah, SQL Server, Sybase, MariaDB, or PostgreSQL. Depend on your how your infrastructure is, or your client is your client requirement. You can use any of the database, and there are a lot of multi-dimensional database available, and you can use also as it your data source, uh, like the SAP, Hyperion, SQL Server Analytics Service, and Cognos. You can also create the SOAP or REST. You can even connect your MSTR with your Excel sheets, your CSV, your Access database, or any text file. So you can also connect with those files also as a data source. We will connect with these in our next videos. Okay, let's move to the next slide, and it's our platform. Oh, sorry. Okay, so as I mentioned, there are three main components like the SQL engine, query engine, and the analytical engine. And also, you can install the intelligence server on any machine that meets the system hardware and the software requirements. So there are no prerequisites, but you can, in the production, it always the best choice to install this intelligence server on its own separate server, not on with any other server, because it's a very the resource intensive application. So it's good idea to have its own server. Okay, so the following image, it's showing the components of the MicroStrategy engines, how the query work. So intelligence server, it generates the SQL for reports, submit queries to the warehouse, and retrieve result sets and perform analytic calculation. So perform the analytic calculation, that is the task of your intelligence server. Okay, so you can see there is a SQL engine. What it's doing, it's I'm pretty sure if you are familiar with the SQL language, so it's a SQL query which is being executed at your against your data warehouse, whatever database you have. So it's being executed against your data warehouse, and this result it's sending back to your intelligence server, and then intelligence server it's analyze the data in those query, and then it perform the analytic calculation, and uh, sending back to your customer uh, the report results, whatever they want, whatever the reports they have requested to intelligence server. Okay, so you can see in this picture, I made this picture for better understanding. See, this is our let's suppose it's our users desktop, and they have sent this request to our intelligence server. Intelligence server, they executed those reports and send the request to your SQL engine, and SQL engine executed the query based on the requirement and the request. It's executed those query and send the results back to your intelligence server. Then intelligence server, it's sending the it's there is a query engine, it's going to execute those results, and then go to your data warehouse, and then your data warehouse send back the results to your MSTR, and then your MSTR it is store those results into the memory, and then it will perform the calculations, and then send back to your results to your analytical engine, and analytical engine it's perform those calculations, and then it sends the results back to your customers and your users. Okay, so into your next slide, that is the tool. What's the tool we have in MicroStrategy? We have MicroStrategy. It delivers a robust set of tools that facilitate the code-free developments of enterprise applications. We have the user admin, we have the data source, modeling, and analytical engine. We have the visualization. We have like the dossier we can create. We have some features of testing. We have application. We referring to our project into this MSTR we have reporting features like and deployment, installation, translation, and many more features we have.